Hi, this is Nick at the National Czech and Slovak Museum and Library, and I'm in the Sleger Immigrant House, showing you some of our interesting artifacts that we have here in the house. This picture is something that a lot of Czech and Slovak families had around the time of the end of World War I, kind of late 19-teens, early 1920s. It's kind of an interesting piece not only of European history, but also American history. So, as you can see in this picture here, we've got the shields of what's now the Czech Republic, and also the shield of what's now Slovakia. Postcards of Prague and Krymnica, or both cities in those two countries. But what's really interesting is that we have a picture of leaders from two countries, the United States and Czechoslovakia. Right here in the middle on top is Woodrow Wilson. Woodrow Wilson was the president of the United States during World War I, helped to come up with the idea of what was the League of Nations, later the United Nations, and he was very, very key in helping Czechoslovakia become an independent country after World War I. Around him are three other figures. One of them, Karl Kramarz, became the first prime minister of Czechoslovakia. On the left of Wilson is Milan Štěpánek. Štěpánek was a really, really interesting guy. He was an astronomer, a scholar, a statesman, a pilot. He also was one of the major figures in the country's independence. And in the middle there on the bottom is Tomáš Garrigue Masaryk. You may recognize Masaryk because we have a very large bronze statue of him in our main exhibit, Faces of Freedom. But he was instrumental in the country's independence and became its first president. He lived in exile during World War I because he was trying to avoid being convicted of treason in Austria-Hungary. But one of the things that he did was he is actually here in Cedar Rapids and many other cities around the Midwest with big Czech populations, helping to raise awareness of Czechoslovak independence movements and raising money for the troops that helped them to become independent. So a lot of people would have had something like this in their house as a way to display both pride for their home country and also highlight the fact that the United States played a huge role in Czechoslovak independence.